Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas Cowboys, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys Dak Prescott still number one after historic $265 million QB deal. The Dallas Cowboys waited until the last minute to ink franchise quarterback Dak Prescott to a major deal last season, signing the dotted line right as the new season kicked off. Prescott signed a contract extension for 4 years, worth $240 million, which made him the highest-paid player in NFL history at the time. The deal also included an $80 million signing bonus, $231 million guaranteed, and an average annual salary of $60 million per year. The team restructured the deal in March to open up some cap space. We get criticized because we wait until the end, or what you would call the end, and that is lining up for the first game, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said regarding the team's pattern of waiting to sign. It just happens that way. I've been one of the earliest out there on several contracts in my 35 years. Every time a franchise quarterback makes a deal in the NFL these days, the numbers are huge. It's not easy to find a reliable quarterback, so the payday just keeps getting bigger for these guys. The San Francisco 49ers and quarterback Brock Purdy inked a massive 5-year contract worth $265 million on Friday, May 16th. So, where does Purdy's contract leave Prescott? Purdy is now tied with Detroit Lions quarterback Jared Goff for the 7th biggest salary for quarterbacks in the NFL. They both receive $53 million per year. Purdy was entering the final year of his rookie contract in 2025. Prescott is one of a handful of quarterbacks in the NFL who still beat Purdy's per-year salary. The roster of quarterbacks above Purdy include Prescott, $60 million, Joe Burrow, Cincinnati Bengals, $55 million, Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills, $55 million, Jordan Love, Green Bay Packers, $55 million, Trevor Lawrence, Jacksonville Jaguars, $55 million, and Tua Tagovailoa, Miami Dolphins, $53.1 million. During Purdy's time with the team, he took the 49ers to the playoffs twice in 3 seasons. He wrapped up his rookie year with a loss and an injury in the NFC Championship game in January 2023, but got the team to the Super Bowl in his second season. Since stepping in as the 49ers quarterback during 2022, Purdy has completed 67.5% of his throws for 9,518 yards, 64 touchdowns, and 27 interceptions. He was also 4th in NFL MVP voting in 2023. In a May 17th piece on the Purdy deal, Patrick Holloway of Niners Nation discusses the big move and mentioned Prescott, noting, "Purdy gets above $50 million. He could have held out for Dak Prescott or Trevor Lawrence money, but he didn't. Is he a better quarterback than either? If his resume indicates anything, he is." He adds, "If the 49ers are humming and have weapons for him to utilize rather than an injured roster and a defense that can't hold on to a lead, that thing most NFL teams need to be effective, Purdy has shown he can run that offense efficiently. That $2 to $7 million can be utilized elsewhere, maybe an offensive line, or to keep his wide receivers happy." Cowboys' most important game of the season is a no-brainer. It's shaping up to be a fascinating season for the Dallas Cowboys, and one that will hopefully see them have the kind of comeback season that fans want to see. The biggest change in the team's makeup heading into 2025, of course, is that they have a new head coach in Brian Schottenheimer. When the Cowboys announced his new position with the team in January, Schottenheimer became the 10th head coach in the history of the Dallas Cowboys and 9th during the Jerry Jones era. "I'm honored and privileged to be the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys," he said during his introductory press conference. He later added during the conference, "I'm ready now. I know what I want. I know what it looks like." Looking at the Cowboys' tally of games for 2025, the Cowboys have the 5th most difficult schedule in the league this season, which isn't great, but it could be worse. Now, Ralph Vacchiano of Fox Sports is predicting the most important games of the season for each team in the league, including Dallas. In a May 15th feature for Fox Sports, Vacchiano looks at the most important game for every NFL team in 2025. In the feature, he states that everyone in the NFL says it at some point during the season. "This is the game we circled on our calendar." He adds, "Players and coaches say it every year. Sometimes they say it several times." Usually, it's about rivalry games. Sometimes it's a playoff rematch. Oftentimes, it has something to do with revenge. His roster features games that are a big test, a huge rivalry, or an opportunity for revenge that should be juicy enough for everyone in the organization to get excited about. For the Cowboys, it's a no-brainer. He picks the team's game at the Eagles in Week 1 on Thursday, September 4th. All eyes will be on this season opener, and it will be exciting to see what Dak Prescott and the crew can do. Defending champions are 13-5 all-time in the Thursday night opening game, so this won't be easy for the Cowboys, he states. But they believe that if it weren't for injuries, they would have been right there with the Eagles atop the NFC East last season. What better way to prove it than making that statement on national TV in Week 1? It could set the tone for their entire season. Cowboys get handed a Christmas game. Last week, the NFL released its official 2025 holiday schedule of games, and the league will host 3 Christmas Day games. One of those is a Cowboys game. This is only the 3rd time in NFL history that Christmas Day will be home to a regular season tripleheader. The teams selected to play on Christmas Day include the Commanders vs. Cowboys at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, the Vikings vs. Lions at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and the Chiefs vs. Broncos at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time. So, get that eggnog ready and enjoy this opportunity to watch the Cowboys to ring in Christmas. Cowboys could fortify backfield with $17 million RB from AFC West. There are a lot of times when players just get stuck in the wrong spot at the wrong times, such as the case of running back Gus Edwards. Edwards spent the first 6 seasons of his career with the Baltimore Ravens and rushed for over 700 yards each of his first 3 seasons. When Edwards finally would have had the chance to become the lone featured running back after J.K. Dobbins tore his ACL in the final preseason game before the 2021 season, Edwards tore his ACL just 4 days before the regular season opener. While Edwards bounced back with 810 rushing yards and 13 rushing touchdowns in 2023, it wasn't enough to keep him around in Baltimore, but it did land him a 2-year, $6.5 million contract with the Los Angeles Chargers in March 2024 that brought his career earnings to approximately $17 million. Now set up to be the featured back for the Chargers, Edwards ran into more bad luck when he was benched in favor of Dobbins. Yes, he came to the same team and struggled with injuries late in the year. Edwards should have enough gas in the tank to make an impact on an NFL roster. With his value at an all-time low in terms of salary, the Dallas Cowboys and their underwhelming backfield might be the best landing place for him. What Edwards might bring to the Cowboys. While Edwards might not have the juice to be a featured back anymore, if he ever did, the best bet for a team like the Cowboys might be to add Edwards on a 1-year contract on hope success comes in the form of a viable running back by committee approach. More to that end, the Cowboys actually don't need their running backs to be superstars right now. They just need them to be competent in short yardage situations and provide spot relief for a team that should operate at a high level throwing the ball if all parties involved are healthy. Quarterback Dak Prescott is returning from a season-ending hamstring injury and has 3 high-profile targets to throw to in NFL All-Pro wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, newly acquired wide receiver George Pickens, and Pro Bowl tight end Jake Ferguson. Adding someone like Edwards, who is willing to stay in the pocket and block, could prove to be a deft move. There is one X factor who could make Edwards or free agent running back Javonte Williams afterthoughts: rookie Jaden Blue. ESPN's Mike Clay called Blue, a 5th-round pick, number 149 overall, out of Texas, the wild card for the Dallas offense in 2025. Blue scored 18 touchdowns in 3 seasons at Texas, 11 rushing and 7 receiving, with 14 of those touchdowns coming in 2024 as he put up 1,098 yards of total offense. In 2024, he also helped lead the Longhorns to the college football playoff semifinals. Blue followed that up by running the 40-yard dash in a blazing 4.38 seconds at the NFL Scouting Combine. Blue will begin his career behind newly acquired veterans Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders, but neither have played well in recent seasons, so this depth chart is wide open, Clay wrote on May 16th. The lead back role in Dallas is there for the taking.